Welcome to Tyler's Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is July the 25th, 2024. We're going to be talking about AEW Blood and Guts. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we got AEW versus Team Elites in the Blood and Guts match. It was an interesting match, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed it. It was interesting. A lot of weird things happening. We got a whole bunch of weapons in there, and I will tell you guys when we get there. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a segment. I didn't really get a lot of segment here, but we did have a coin toss. The referee walked in the ring to the locker room where the Elite is. But Christopher Daniels was knocked out. But they did a coin toss to see who gets the advantage. The Elite wanted to use their own coin, and it was a rip-off coin, as was the Elite doing the advantage. We got a Bryan Danielson interview. He talked about things. They didn't give us the whole interview. You guys can watch it somewhere else. But he was talking about what he's going to do in the AEW World Title. He's not healed up yet, but he needs to get healed. And then Jerry came out and says that he respects Bryan Danielson and all that stuff. And he says if you need a heal, he says you might not just need to heal physically, you might have to heal mentally as well. And he says, I believe in you. And all that stuff. Willow Nightingale was celebrating that she won the CMLL championship. And then she got attacked by Chris Statlander, and they issue a challenge to Willow, saying that we should have a eliminator match between Chris Statlander and Willow. Willow couldn't answer because she got attacked by Chris Statlander. I thought we're done with this rivalry, but we're not. She beat her multiple times. Why does she need to do it again? So ladies and gentlemen, so that's all the short segments. We got Alex Morvez was about to get an interview with Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay was trying to get ready to get to the building, but somebody popped his wheel with a knife. And then he had to use Alex Morvez's car, and Alex says, have you ever drive in the United States? And Will speed up. But I think he knows how to drive in the United States, because how did he get to the other United States' buildings every time he wrestles? How did he get to last week's? He didn't drive? I don't know, but that was a dumb question Alex asked. Maybe this is why we don't see him a lot. We see Renee a lot, but we don't see a lot of Alex. Maybe that's why, because he has dumb questions. Ladies and gentlemen, we got MJF coming out. He's talking trash about Will Ospreay. He's saying it was an easy match. He wasn't sweating. The guy was Ella Preb. He had to use a mask to breathe, and it was an hour long. So you didn't win. It wasn't a fast win. It was an hour long, and you were sweating. We all saw you sweat. So he thought it was an easy win, and then, ladies and gentlemen, he didn't want the international championship. He didn't care about the other people, but he is defending that title in CMLL against somebody. I don't know their names. So I don't know why he doesn't like it when he's already going there and he's defending the title there. But ladies and gentlemen, he threw the international championship in the trash can, and he got the United States, American, whatever you want to call it, championship. He revealed the American championship with the America's flag leather strap, and there was flags on the golden plates. Wasn't the best looking title. Too much color. And then he had streamers coming out, popped out to the ring. And then the American flag popped up, and his faces. He had his faces as the stars of the United States flag and all that stuff. And then here comes Will Ospreay, chases this guy out. And then, of course, MJF had to be scared little baby. Of course, that's what he does. And Will Ospreay talked to TK, he talked to Tony Khan, and he talked to Christopher Daniels. That he gets his rematch for the International Championship against MJF at All In. I thought Pac will have the number contendership for that championship at All In, but looks like he gets the winner. And then when Will Ospreay was about to leave, he saw the International Championship in the trash can. He took that out and he walked away. So now we know that's going to be the pay-per-view match. I thought Pac was in it. I thought it would be a triple threat match. But I guess he gets winner. And ladies and gentlemen, we heard in Rampage, there's going to be a Rampage Battle Royal to become the number contender for the World Championship at Grand Slam in September. Nick Wayne is going to be in it, 1/3 of the Trios champions. I know Christian Cage likes to hog things and carries the gold for himself. He doesn't give it to Nick Wayne. He doesn't give it to Killswitch. He likes to hold it for himself. He's like a little child. A little greedy child. Not the daddy. He thinks he's a dad, but he's a greedy child that has to hold the championships. Not his little friends. So, looks like Nick Wayne has a problem with Kip Sabian. Kip Sabian looks so different. He has a beard, like it goes all the way down. A blonde hair, so yeah, and of course they had to make fun of his passed away father. That's ridiculous. That's upsetting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, first match of the evening, we got the FTW title, and we got a million chops. It took like 2 or 3 minutes of Chris Jericho and Suzuki do chop after chops. Oh my God, chop, 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 chop. The whole match was feeling like it was chops. I wasn't a big fan of it because I like to see hot spots. Oh my God, it was so much. They had some weapons, but the winner of that match was Chris Jericho. After a juice effect, he pinned Suzuki. And then Suzuki attacked Chris Jericho. He did a cradle pile driver onto Chris Jericho, and then the rest of the learning tree came out. Brian Keith and Big Bill comes out to attack him. And here comes Shibata making the save for Suzuki. I thought he was injured. That's what I thought. And then we got Britt Baker versus Shida. It was a pretty okay match. But the winner of that match was Britt Baker. And then here comes Mercedes Moné, of course. And she came out. She says, "You want a match with me at All In?" And she said no. And then, ladies and gentlemen, somebody attacked Britt Baker in the ring. It was Camille, former NWA Women's Champion. I don't know anything about her. I know she is a former NWA Women's Champion. She signed with AEW months ago, and now she finally makes her debut in AEW, and she's teaming up with Mercedes Moné. So let's see what happens there. And speaking of the number contender to the International Championship, American Championship, America Championship, we got Pac will be versing Boulder. And the winner of that match was Pac, with a big brain buster. And then we got Mariah May. Will be versing a jobber, and Mariah May wins the match with a Storm Zero. And then, ladies and gentlemen, and she played everybody, playing the Toni Storm music, and everybody thought Toni Storm was going to show up. But no, she didn't show up. But some random person slid in the ring, and that random person took off her wig, and it was Toni Storm, and there was a brawl between Mariah May and Toni Storm, and it looks like Toni Storm will do whatever it takes, she's going to play her life against Mariah May. I'm trying not to say what she said I'm trying to make it PG, so it's hard to do that, what she says. Because I don't think there's a different word for that word. So, yeah, it's hard to say it. So, we got Team AEW versus Team Elite. We have Jack Perry and Darby Allin starting this match off. And this match didn't really start off because they fought in the back out of the cage. Because Jack Perry hit Darby Allin with a steel chair. Everybody brings their own weapons now. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they start putting in the audience and all that stuff. And then it was a pretty decent match. There was blood everywhere. And it was crazy. But, ladies and gentlemen, the last two guys was Hangman and Swerve But Hangman did not show up. He was before Swerve. He didn't show up until Swerve came out, and then he attacked Swerve. Handcuffed Swerve to the outside of the cage. So, ladies and gentlemen, there was a 5-on-4 handicap for Team AEW right now, and everybody was getting beat up. There was scissors involved. Jeez. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Gunn, Jeff Jarrett, even Prince Nana try to help Swerve Strickland. Brandon Cutler got in the way, and he got his head smashed with a guitar. And Jeff Jarrett has the keys for the handcuffs, but how is Swerve Strickland going to get in the ring? They closed the door already. It was chained off. And you can't climb the cage because there was a roof of the cage. So he grabs the bolt cutters from Mr. Prince Nana and made a hole. And then during the whole match, everybody got out of the hole, went outside the ring. Swerve Strickland and Adam Page fell through a table or a crate off of the stage. Everybody was fighting everywhere. I think Anthony Bowens went through a table after he was trying to climb the cage outside of it and get Nicholas Jackson. He got fell over there. And then, ladies and gentlemen, everything got better for the AEW when Swerve Strickland got out. And then at the end, there was 2 cases. One had a whole bunch of staplers the Elite used on Swerve Strickland, and there's another one had a pair of handcuffs. And there was scissors. I don't know why I need to say that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they handcuffed Jack Perry to the cage. Start whacking weapons at him and asking, "Do you quit? Say I quit." And then Darby Allin was getting ready to do something. You say you're not going to quit? Fine. He goes out of the ring. He goes into the apron under the ring. He grabs gasoline. He pours the gasoline onto Jack Perry. And then he told Jack Perry, if you don't quit, if you don't give me a championship match, he's going to set you on fire. And then Matthew Jackson has to stop that. He said, okay. You want a match against Jack Perry for the championship at All In? You got it. And Darby Allin says, no, that's not it. That's not everything. You need to quit. And Matthew Jackson finally quits. Team AEW wins the match. And ladies and gentlemen, Darby Allin gets a TNT championship match against Jack Perry at All In. Interesting show. They've been having less matches lately. I understand with the blood and guts because it's going to be a little longer. It's like a War Games match, but different rules and different concept. The cage is different. The rules is different. They had to win by submission or surrender. But in WWE's War Games, you could win by pinfall or submission. You can't get out of the cage. In Blood and Guts, you can get out of the cage. If you can find a way to get out of the cage. But in the War Games in WWE, you can't get out of the cage, or that's surrendering. You lose. So they have different rules. It's kind of different rules, but the Blood and Guts is like the same concept, the same version of the War Games, but they tweak a little bit of the rules. So yeah, that's interesting to see that. I don't know why I'm saying that's interesting. 2K24 gave us an entrance for one of the football players. I forgot their names already. It sounds like two of those guys are in a tag team called Toxic Table. So that's interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, the only thing I have a problem with this, guys, is that their Titantrons is Pat McAfee's Titantrons. But they have their own theme music. But they don't have their own Titantrons. It doesn't say their names. That's the only thing I have a problem with. They don't have their own names. I have a little problem with that. Because I want to put them as a tag team, the Toxic Table, whoever is in that team. put those guys as a tag team, but I don't want to use Pat McAfee's Titantron. Thank God in 2K they have this Titantron called Toxic Warning, so we could use that. Thank God for that. But when they do singles matches, they had to have the Pat McAfee thing. Maybe not the Toxic Table. They could have this. They could have the same Titantrons, but the other two guys, I don't think they're a tag team. So I can't change their Titantrons. I'm really excited for the new moves that's coming out because I never thought they would have the hidden blade for Will Ospreay. Even Mike Bailey's move, I would never thought of getting Mike Bailey in my game at all because the only reason why I want to get download a Mike Bailey is because they don't have anything that looks like his finisher. They don't have anything that does knees diving off the turnbuckle. Now they finally have it, and even Darby Allin's coffin drop. So I'm happy for that. I'm really happy for that. They do have a new tag team one, but it looks like the Creed Brothers tag team move. It looked like it. It looks like it. It doesn't look like a AEW's or TNA tag team, so I don't know whose thing is. I'm going to put it as the Creed Brothers because it looks like the Creed Brothers. But yeah, I'm happy for the new moves that's coming out. I want to see how these guys work, the football players. Their models doesn't look that bad. Kind of looks generic, but it doesn't look that bad. Seriously, it doesn't look that bad, but hey, they made Post Malone look good in his matches, in his moves. Like, he has pretty decent moves, Post Malone. They might give these guys some pretty good moves as well. They don't look like football players. They actually have their own ring gear. So that's pretty cool. They have their own ring gear. It doesn't look like they're like wearing generic clothes like Pat McAfee is. They actually have ring gear. That's a good thing that they have their own ring gear. It's not like they're wearing street clothes. Sometimes, like Eric Bischoff, he has his own street clothes on. He doesn't have a ring attire on. But yeah, I'm happy for that they have their own ring attire. They actually gave them the ring attire. That's good. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be a really bad DLC. I know I'm not a big fan of it, but I will give it a chance. I want to see what these guys could do. What type of move set that 2K gave these guys. Is there really bad ones? Eric Bischoff has some good moves as well. Post Malone does. Bad Bunny does. I don't think they're going to give them a bad move set. They're not going to give them like a Mr. McMahon move set. These guys look like a really good model that looks like they're not out of shape and stuff like that. They actually look like they could do crazy moves. So I want to see what happens. I really want to see what happens. See how good these things look. I see pictures, I see videos, but I want to see what they actually look like. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys Friday morning for TNA results. The aftermath of Slammiversary. Oh my goodness. Are we going to see Rascals again? We saw them on NXT. Will we see all three on TNA again, celebrating their win? Maybe Wesley could go for the X Division Championship. He can't get the mid-card title from NXT, but he could get it on the TNA. He could get the X Division title. I don't think Mike Bailey is going to lose it, but I think that would be an awesome match to see. Mike Bailey and Wesley. Make it happen, TNA. Make it happen. Hey, they have a hell of a match between Axiom, Nathan Fraser, and Javon Evans. Mike Bailey and Wesley, awesome match. Even if Wesley and Zachary Wentz gets a shot at the tag titles, that's going to be an awesome match. NXT and TNA are cooking. They are making great matches. I enjoyed the WWE and TNA crossover. They had some great matches on TNA. They had some great matches on NXT. They've been popping the views, man. They're going nuts. They're going nuts, man. I enjoyed watching these things. This is what WWE needs. These type of crossovers. Indie wrestlers. Excuse me. Come into WWE and show the NXT guys who could show them how to wrestle, help them out, and all that stuff. These indie wrestlers is helping the guys that never wrestled before. Well, they've been wrestling in NXT for a couple of years now, but they could still help them. These indie wrestlers been doing this for years, wrestling for years in different companies, different part of the world. They could help the newer guys in NXT. So that I'm happy for that. They need that. That's why they did it with main roster guys. Now they're bringing more TNA guys to help them out. I'm happy for it. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Tell us out. See you guys on Friday. Bye!